This message is for you. Don't skip this, don't push it away, don't say, maybe later. God says it's not later, it's now. He says this message is living and burning in His hands, and He pressed it into your life because you were crying in silence, because your chest carried weight that no one else could see. This is not random. This is not an accident. Heaven is trembling with urgency because you are standing on the edge of something you can't even name. He says, read this slowly, every word is a lifeline. Don't rush it. Don't dismiss it. If you stop halfway, you cut the very rope I am lowering into your storm. God says He sees you. He says He has seen how much you love, how deeply you give, how long you've waited. He has watched you hold the fire in your chest, the kind that eats you alive when you know He loves you, but something, or someone, still shadows His steps. That shadow is real. That shadow is not your imagination. And God says the truth is painful, but pain is not the end, it is the start of healing, if you will allow Him to speak without turning away. You've asked yourself again and again, if He says He loves me, then why does she still appear? Why does her presence still hover, like smoke He cannot clear? And you hate yourself for asking that question. You've told yourself you should be stronger, more confident, less shaken. But God says, stop punishing yourself for asking the question that is already written on His life. The shadow is there. The shadow is real. And He loves you enough to shine light on what you've been trying to fight in the dark. God says, don't confuse His love with His bondage. Listen carefully, He may love you, but His steps are not fully free. She still shadows Him, because a part of Him has not released, has not surrendered, has not broken fully from the past. You can feel it, you sense it, and your heart is not lying to you. That shadow has become a chain dragging behind Him. Sometimes He wants to run toward you, but the clinking sound of that chain slows His pace. Sometimes He tries to give you all of Himself, but He is still divided. God says this truth is not to destroy you, it is to wake you, to save you from building your forever on ground that is not yet steady. God says He knows the nights you waited for answers. He knows the tears you wiped quickly so no one would ask what was wrong. He knows you replayed His words in your mind, I love you, yet you matched them against His actions and felt the split. You felt that ghost walking beside Him, and it pierced you like a blade that wouldn't heal. Heaven wept with you in those nights, because God never designed you to feel like second place. He never made you to feel like an option in the middle of someone else's shadow. You were crafted to be light, to be chosen, to be the one who stands beside, not behind, the one who says He loves you. God says, don't mistake her shadow for your weakness. It's not that you are not enough. It's not that your love lacks something. It's not that you aren't beautiful, worthy, radiant. No, her shadow lingers not because you are lacking, but because He is still bound. He is still tangled in ties He never fully cut. And the enemy uses those shadows to whisper lies into your ears, lies that say you're not loved fully, lies that say you're not worthy of someone who is free, lies that say you must accept half of a man if you want love at all. God says throw those lies into the fire now. Do not drink poison and call it water. God says, I am begging you, don't give away your soul to someone who has not yet found his freedom. Love is real, but so are chains. And if you build your future with someone whose steps are still shadowed, the shadow will not stay behind, it will step into your house, into your days, into your very heart. And then you will weep not only for the love you gave but for the years you cannot reclaim. God is crying out to you right now, listen, my child. Don't mistake love for readiness. He may love you, but if he is not free, then he cannot love you as fully as you deserve. You are standing at a crossroad. You can close your eyes and pretend the shadow isn't there, or you can face it with courage. God says courage is not easy, it will make you tremble, it will make you cry, it will make you want to run back to what feels familiar. But courage is the only thing that will save you. If you pretend long enough, the shadow will grow. If you confront it now, you may lose something, but you will save yourself. And your soul is worth saving. Your heart is worth saving. Your destiny is worth protecting. God says He has seen how much power you've given away. You've handed Him your heart, your trust, your patience, your hope. And you've waited. You've waited for the day He would cut off the shadow completely. You've believed His promises. You've trusted His words. But God says, don't let promises keep you bound when actions keep proving the chains remain. A promise without action is a lie dressed in hope. And God says He did not design you to live on lies, even if they sound sweet, even if they come from lips you long to kiss. Heaven is watching this very moment because your decision here matters more than you know. God says there are futures branching out before you, and your choice will decide which one becomes your life. If you stay in the shadow, you will keep dimming yourself to make room for what follows Him. You will shrink, you will question, you will ache. But if you choose light, if you choose truth, if you choose yourself, then heaven itself will open doors you never dreamed possible. The love you think you can't live without will be replaced by a love that will never force you to compete with ghosts. God says He has a love written for you that is not shadowed, not divided, not chained. It's a love that will not tremble between you and someone else. It's a love that will not need to prove itself over and over because it will be steady, clean, whole. But you will never see it if you chain yourself to someone who still carries another shadow in his steps. And this is the urgency: the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free. That is why God is shouting in this message, why heaven is trembling, why angels are whispering into your heart. Don't ignore this. Don't call it coincidence. Don't put this aside. It is God's hand reaching out to you before you fall deeper. You have been chosen for more. You have been chosen for love that heals, not love that confuses. You have been chosen for joy that stays, not joy that disappears when shadows rise. You have been chosen to be a light, not a backup when someone else's ghost won't leave. And God says you must decide today whether you will believe His truth or keep clinging to a love that is not fully free. God says, I will heal your heart if you let go. I will strengthen your soul if you choose truth. I will give you a love without shadow if you trust me. But the decision cannot be delayed. Every word you've read is heaven's cry for your freedom. Don't trade it away. Don't skip this. Don't think you can ignore it. This is your rescue. This is your rope. This is God pulling you out of the fire before it burns you beyond recognition. He says, you are loved. You are worthy. You are chosen. But you must believe Him more than you believe the shadow that still follows Him. This is of the message, still for you, still burning, still carrying heaven's urgency. God says, don't stop reading. Don't tell yourself you'll come back to this later. This is not a book to close and return to. This is the breath you need right now while you're underwater. He says, every sentence is a lifeline. If you let go halfway, you go back into the same cycle you've been trapped in. Stay here. Let me speak. Let my words wash over you until the noise inside you begins to quiet. God says He knows how tired you are of waiting. He has counted every sigh, every time you stared at your phone waiting for a message, every time you sat in silence wondering if you are enough. He says, you are not weak because you feel this way. You are not foolish because you have loved. You are human, and you are my child, and I see you. He has watched you love someone who is still haunted. He has watched you pray for him, fight for him, hope for him. And He says your prayers were not wasted, but your life cannot stay paused forever. He says, I am peeling back the veil so you can see clearly. The shadow is not only her, it is the unfinished part of his soul that still leans toward what he should have released. It is the emotional tie he never cut. It is the memory he still feeds in secret. It is the comfort he draws from a place that is not you. And because of that, his steps are still shadowed. This is why you feel half-loved. This is why you feel you are standing in sunlight but cold wind keeps touching your back. That wind is the shadow. You are not imagining it. You are not paranoid. Heaven is confirming what your heart has been whispering. God says He is not showing you this to destroy you. He is showing you because He is preparing to lift you. He says, I am raising your eyes to see beyond this man. I am teaching you to love without losing yourself. Because He knows how easy it is to lose yourself when you love deeply. You start making excuses for the shadows. You start blaming yourself. You start thinking, if I just love him harder, if I just wait longer, if I just forgive more, maybe he will finally be free. But God says the only person who can set him free is Him, and me. Not you. Not your patience. Not your sacrifices. And until He chooses freedom, you will keep bleeding yourself dry trying to rescue someone who hasn't chosen to walk out of the cage. God says, my daughter, my son, you were not made to be a rescuer who drowns. You were made to be a light. You were made to stand strong. You were made to be loved fully. The enemy has been whispering that you must accept a divided heart, that you must take half love because full love is too much to hope for. But God says, that is a lie. You are worthy of full love. You are worthy of a heart that does not waver between you and another. You are worthy of joy that does not disappear at midnight. He says, I am sending people into your life who will mirror my love. But you cannot see them while you're staring at the shadow. Right now, your eyes are fixed on a man who is walking with two presences, his love for you and his tie to her. And as long as you're fixed there, you cannot see the doors I am opening on the other side. This is why this message came to you today. Because heaven knows your timeline. Heaven knows your heart. Heaven knows you're standing at the edge of a choice. This is not a coincidence. It's not just a pretty message. This is me pulling you away from a future that would drain you until you no longer recognized yourself. God says, if you let go, you will feel pain. But pain is not always punishment, sometimes it is surgery. Sometimes it is the cutting away of what is killing you. You may weep. You may feel empty. You may feel as though you're losing everything. But God says, you are not losing everything. You are losing a shadow. And once the shadow is gone, the sun will hit your face again. The enemy will tell you that you are alone if you let go. But God says, I will fill the space you think will be empty. I will hold your hand when you cry. I will surround you with people who will speak life into you. God says, I am rebuilding your self-worth right now. He is reminding you that you are not an afterthought. You are not an option. You are not second to anyone's ghost. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. And he says, if you choose to walk in this truth, the years you thought were wasted will bloom into harvest. I will restore the time the locusts have eaten. I will restore your joy. I will give you double for your trouble. But you must trust me more than you trust the shadow. He says, this is your moment of awakening. This is your moment of courage. This is your moment of freedom. Don't let fear make you stay in what is breaking you. Don't let nostalgia trick you into going back to what keeps wounding you. Don't let the memory of his good moments make you forget the reality of his divided heart. God says, I want to give you something new. But your hands are still holding the old. Let go. Trust me. Walk with me. I will never shadow you. I will never divide my heart. My love for you is whole. And heaven is echoing this right now. Angels are whispering your name, pushing strength into your spirit. You are not reading this by accident. You are not here because you were scrolling aimlessly. You are here because God is speaking. He says, my words are alive. They are entering your spirit right now. They are breaking chains. They are softening your fear. Don't fight it. Don't run from it. Stay. Breathe. Let the truth heal you. This is the of the message. God says, stay here. Don't drift away. Don't skim. Don't look at the words as if they're only sentences on a screen. This is me speaking. This is me reaching into the deepest part of you where no one else has gone. Heaven is still leaning close. Angels are still holding their breath. They're watching your eyes move over these words because they know this is the moment your life pivots. God says, your future is at stake in what you choose to believe right now. Let me keep speaking. He says, I have seen you pretending to be fine. I have watched you smile while your heart trembles. I have heard you whisper prayers at night, God, please make him choose me. God, please take her away. God, please make him love me fully. He says he collected those prayers. He didn't ignore them. He didn't dismiss them. But he also didn't answer them the way you wanted because he refuses to give you something that will wound you deeper. He is too kind to grant you a love that is still divided, even if you're begging for it. He is too faithful to allow you to build your life on shifting sand. God says, I am not withholding out of cruelty, I am protecting you out of love. You think the only thing you need is for him to cut off the shadow. But God sees further than you do. He knows that even if the shadow disappeared today, his heart would still need healing, his mind would still need renewal, his patterns would still need breaking. And until that happens, he cannot give you what you're longing for. If you force it now, you will carry his unfinished work like a stone on your back. You will try to heal wounds you didn't inflict. You will live in a cycle of half-love and hidden pain. God says, you are not a fixer. You are not a substitute healer. You are my child, and you deserve a partner, not a project. Let that sink in. You deserve a partner, not a project. You deserve someone whose love does not require you to bleed to keep them whole. You deserve someone who comes to you whole enough to build, not broken enough to break you. You deserve someone whose steps are not shadowed by another, someone who will not make you live in comparison or suspicion or waiting. He says, I have seen you shrink yourself to make space for the shadow. I have seen you silence your intuition because you didn't want to seem jealous or insecure. I have seen you lower your boundaries so he wouldn't feel pressured. I have seen you accept crumbs because you didn't want to lose even the little he gave. And God says, enough. No more crumbs. No more shrinking. No more silencing your truth. My love for you is not crumbs, and the love I want for you on this earth is not crumbs either. God says, I am rewriting your story right now. I am pulling back the curtain on what you couldn't name. I am exposing the shadow so you can make a choice in the light. He knows this is hard. He knows your heart is soft. He knows you don't want to give up hope. But he says, hope is holy only when it's anchored in truth. When hope is anchored in a lie, it becomes a chain. Break that chain now. He says, your destiny is bigger than this relationship. Your calling is bigger than waiting for him to choose you. Your purpose is bigger than watching someone wrestle with their past while you fade into the background. God is calling you forward. He's calling you to step into the life he's been preparing for you. He's calling you to let him fill the space that will open when you let go of the shadow. And he promises that space will not stay empty. He promises he will meet you in it. He promises he will give you strength, joy, and even new love in time, a love that is not shadowed, not divided, not chained. He says, I am giving you back your voice. I am giving you back your courage. I am giving you back your self-respect. And as you read these words, something inside you is stirring. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit waking up. That's heaven breathing life back into your soul. That's God taking the lies off your chest one by one. He says, let it happen. Don't resist. Don't harden. Don't cling to what's leaving. God says, if you trust me now, I will do for you what you could not do for yourself. I will heal the heartbreak you don't even admit you have. I will restore your confidence. I will lift your head. And I will show you that my plan for your heart was never to watch you compete with a shadow. My plan has always been for you to stand in the light with someone whose heart is free, someone whose love is steady, someone who reflects the way I love you. He says, this is the hour of decision. This is the moment you break agreement with half-love. This is the moment you stop saying, maybe tomorrow, and start saying, today I choose truth. Heaven is with you as you read this. Angels are surrounding you even now. God's Spirit is whispering peace and strength into your heart. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not unloved. You are being rescued.